tool used for picking up the glass. Same thing here with a G tool, plastic spudger. Same thing, plastic, so you're not going to scratch the glass on it. I have my best tool here. I use this for scraping up old adhesive so we can get the screen back into the frame. Another plastic spudger and a Phillips screwdriver. Alright, first step, remove the back cover and remove the battery. Whenever you're working on any device, first thing you want to do is cut all power to it so you don't short anything out while you're working on it. Alright, next step here is to remove this back cover, just a small little door. And underneath here is where the home button flex cable is. We're going to use a pair of tweezers to get at this. Just get under it just enough and get it free. Alright, next step is to remove the screen. So to begin with that, we need to heat it up so that the adhesive becomes loose so we can pull it off. This is going to be like the most labor intensive part of the whole repair because you need to be very careful that you don't pull too hard and crack the LCD or crack the glass for that matter. So we'll heat it up and pull this boy apart. Just going to go back and forth on the glass on the top here with heating it up. The very most important thing is to not leave the heat gun in one spot for too long. If you do that, you'll actually burn part of the LCD display and it'll have a discoloration in it. So it's very important that you keep the heat gun moving and never just staying in one spot. Going to use our Sesamo to get in here. It's the thinnest tool we have, so it's the easiest way to get between the frame and the glass. Alright, once you get it under there, we're going to swap it out for a black spudger plastic tool here. And with this, we're going to kind of just go along the edge of it, separating the adhesive from the back of the glass. Key is here, we're going to start at the top and then we're going to loosen it along the sides. I'm going to use the guitar pick. That's one of the better tools I've found for going down the side of a device. As we're going down, we're going to apply a little bit of upward pressure to the glass to separate it from the frame. Start the same thing on the other side here. We'll swap this out for guitar pick and do the same thing. Once you're able to separate about halfway down with the guitar picks, get these both to about right here, and then we're going to heat it up again. Heat dissipates very quickly with these devices, so you are going to have to continue to heat it up as you go along. If you are using guitar picks, be extra careful with those because those catch on fire very easily. I'm going to focus at the bottom here just because that's the last part we need to get up. Alright. When we get to the bottom, we do need to be careful because underneath the glass there are three things we need to watch out for at the bottom of this device. We're going to have the soft key lights for the menu and back buttons, and of course the actual home button here itself. We use our G tool here again now that we got to the bottom and start prying up the glass. The idea with this is you don't want to go too far into the glass before you get it raised up, just because you, like I said, you'd want to watch out for the flex cable for the soft keys. More often you'll have to use the metal tool here to get back under it. The plastic tools aren't quite stiff enough to get between the frame and the glass. You can hear the sounds of the adhesive separating from the frame and from the glass. All right. And here it is difficult to see, but the home button is adhesive to the back of the glass, so you want to separate that from the glass down. Start to get it pulled apart there, but we'll get the rest of it once we get the glass up a little bit more here. All right, so we're going to reheat it up again. We do have pretty much all the sides of it, the adhesive separated. So the big thing we need to worry about now is the adhesive underneath the actual LCD of the device. So that's what we're going to work on getting up next. So we're going to start by heating it up again. Got that up. Now you can start to see a lot more of this glass is starting to come up. So now we're going to get the home button the rest of the way off of the back of the glass. Alright, and once that's off, we're going to start actually separating the LCD in the back. So I'm going to use this thinner plastic tool here. We're just going to kind of push it down the device, and you go very slowly because we don't want to break that LCD. We'll move that down the edge and it'll separate the glass from the frame. It's important if you're moving this your tool down the device, you don't want to go in the middle where the home button is, just because it does have that flex cable that runs up to about the middle of the device and then plugs in right here. So you want to be careful that you're not interfering with that and ripping that in any way. Alright, we're going to keep on continuing down the side here with the tool separating the LCD from the frame of the device. Alright, important to remember to keep on reheating the device. Want to make sure, like I said, it's very important to heat it up to minimize the risk of cracking the LCD. Alright, now that we've moved our plastic spudger up through the device to separate the adhesive, we're actually going to do the same thing here again, but with guitar picks. Just gets a bit more surface area under there and frees it up a bit more. And once you're able to get this glass up a bit more, you can actually see exactly where the cable for the home button goes. So once you have that up, it's safe to go through there and push it in the side where you know you're not going to touch that cable. Whole time just working very slowly here. Get this all the way up. Yep. I'm getting very close here. Just using my hands here to pull it away. Looks like that's about it, folks. You can see the last bit of it here is just holding it on. It's just a little bit of adhesive around the edge. Just pull that straight away. So like I said, we have here the soft key lights for the keys there, the menu and back. And then on the back of the actual screen here, we can see where we had the home button flex cable and how that goes around. And that's getting the screen off.